Guess you could say that Gunther left that loss on read. Yeah. Whatever, it's not even goddamn worth it. I'm John Rectum with my review of WWE Raw from Oklahoma City. Memorable moments, great matches, great feuds, in one of the strongholds of the Mid-South Wrestling territory, hot crowds, and some great goddamn memories. Man, I mean, god damn it. Oklahoma City has seen a lot of great wrestling, and then they got to see this. They got to see one great match. And then they got to see a couple other things. It could have worked if they would have just left well enough alone. And look, it's getting all formulaic to the point where I don't know how in the world Raw is even drawing over 1 million people still. Because, yeah, there is a base audience that will watch this stuff. It's no wonder that USA Network or NBC Universal said, we're going to take SmackDown and Raw, NXT, can go somewhere else and find some rights. Okay, also, I'm going to be watching a Regal Mystery movie next week, so if I don't review Raw next week, you can thank this episode for beating the passion out of me, because god damn it. According to WrestleTix, 7,500 people for the amount of space they were using. That's actually pretty good. Steve Patrick is there because he's jumping in for the legend Michael Cole. Michael Cole never has and never will be a legend, but you know what? He's been there a while, rarely takes time off. Take some time off. Take the rest of the goddamn year off, because quite frankly, he doesn't make commentary any better, but he certainly isn't. But his loss certainly will not make it any worse. Steve Patrick does better calling football. Whatever. Way too much UK influence on this goddamn show. And that's all due respect to all my cool people in the UK, but I'm sorry, this was hard commentary to follow. Zayn gets a pop. He's on his own again. He's going to be standing on his own 2 feet. As opposed to what other feet he was standing on? So many questions. He wishes Owens nothing but the best, but he wants to have single success, and then Judgment Day interrupts. They're going to eradicate him. They're going to eradicate Sammy, and then here's Jay with a chair. This took 12 minutes. By the way, there was a recap that they pitched to during Sammy's entrance. I'm sick of the Judgment Day. I'm sick of the Bloodline. It's too stretched out. At this point, they honestly are just, they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to get to Jay and Jim Uso at Mania. I'll get to that in a bit. Anyway, Nakamura says he's going to smash Ricochet. Ricochet makes his entrance. And are Sammy and Jay good? Maybe they're not. But then Sammy apologizes to Jay. You deserve all this stuff and all this and everything. And why is this still going on? It was fine when they were trying, when the not Judgment Day, but the Bloodline tension and all that, and they finally accepting, and then all that, and that worked. You're just following the same beats where now Jay is trying to ingratiate himself, and I'm sorry, but it's too much. It's too much of the same stuff. Nakamura then beat Ricochet. Speaking of too much of the same stuff, Falls Count Anywhere. The live crowd didn't get to see shit for a bit because they went to the gorilla position, so they had to look on the big old screen. Great for all those people in the front row and in the front area by the entrance that bought those tickets at a premium price. So then after the break, Ricochet hits a shooting star onto the pile in the stairwell. Good job there. You almost brained yourself. And then nunchucks and a table tease and a table crash and chin salsa 1, 2, 3. And maybe if I hadn't seen the Falls Count Anywhere match and this match had actually been any good, I might have cared. They put effort in. I just have no reason to care about either of these guys. So we then had Tegan standing up to Chelsea or Chelsea Green, and then Piper was there. Caden, Katana, and Nikki Cross were there, and Chelsea wanted to leave because something about 4 women rubbing off on her and Piper. I would like to see it, but anyway, Tegan getting some more promo time. I don't think it's going to help, but she get more promo time. And Natty then tries to give her sunglasses to a young female fan. Good, young girl. Bet that girl was really happy. And then some boy hugs her and then cops a feel on her. I'm going to say right now, where were those kids' parents? Where were they? Because those parents should be honestly just verbally eviscerating that child and saying, you're wrong and you need to apologize. And you need to be a better person or we're going to put you in fucking foster care. That kid deserves to be humiliated. Absolutely humiliated. Until he knows he did wrong. Just saying. That's wrong, and I feel bad for Natty, and Natty was pissed the hell off, and Natty lost to Piper in a match that probably could have been good, but wasn't given all that much time to develop, and I really felt bad for Natty. Again, that kid deserves to be fucking humiliated. You stupid little goddamn shit. Anyway, then also we had Imperium. We had Imperium doing a video package where there was fire and explosions, and should we really be doing stuff like that with what's going on in real life events? Maybe not. And then, I don't know why Seth Pheasant Rollins was dressed like a K-pop version of Cyclops. I really don't get it. He calls out Drew. This went on a while. It's impossible to take Seth seriously. Drew's upset because he got his moment, but it was in front of no people. He wanted to get back to glory, and he's pissed off at Seth because Seth has gotten opportunities. He wants to get that opportunity. How is Seth going to help, or how is Seth going to reinvent himself when he beats him again? He wants to beat him. He wants to take the title from him. And that was fine. They got to an eventual good point. It should be a good match at Crown Jewel, but it is hard to care when it's another long talking segment. Here comes Bronson video package. Logan Paul and Ray. Okay, it'll be a highly athletic match because Logan Paul, for all his faults, that are many, and he won a fixed boxing match, at least he has taken the inside the rope stuff seriously. I will give him credit for that. But it's going to be just a spectacle match. That's it. Gargano then lost to Ludwig Kaiser. I'm not going to pay attention to anything Johnny Gargano does anymore. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Vinci interfered. Kaiser eventually won. Becky and Indy, at some point that'll happen. Candice was also there, but that was sucking the personality out of the goddamn room, much like her husband. And Rhea then shows up and says hi, and then disappears. Drew then talks to Sammy. I trusted you, Sammy, and then, oh my god, you suddenly fucking goddamn ruined it by trusting Jay again. They're going to have a match next week. Rhea looks incredible. Rhea then faced off against Shayna, and I wrote down within... By the way, the Gargano-Kaiser match came 30 minutes after the second match ended. This was only 15 minutes. And I said cue interference within 10 minutes. Oh, look, we got that with Raquel, Zoe, and Nia showing up. Don't worry, I'll get to Nia here in a second. Nia can't do anything. She's sloppy, she's stupid, and she's a worthless trash heap and a worthless human being. But anyway, 5 minutes before DQ, everybody did stuff, and it was terrible. Rhea has meant absolutely nothing as women's champion, and that's not her fault. She's great when she's allowed to do some good stuff. The Raw Women's Division's in the toilet is what I wrote down. Zaya wants a shot at Becky. I would love to see those two tangle in the ring and nowhere else. Here's Jade Cargill. And she's interacting with all the top women. Maybe she'll actually learn how to wrestle. So, Jackie then introduces Cody and Jay, who have to carry the interview. Because God bless Jackie. So, then Steve Patrick mentions that Gunther snapped the 554-day reign of the Honky Tonk Man. Goddamn metric system there, Kevin Steve Patrick. Gunther then took on Here Comes Bronson. And you know what? Good match. Big meaty men slapping, chopping, hitting each other, selling the stuff. Gunther working with a bigger guy, making it work. Here Comes Bronson. I know what his name is. I can't help it. Clubbing stuff. Big DVD for two. A big superplex. I got a nice old pop. We got a Miss Tsunami, a splash by Gunther, a powerbomb 1, 2, 3. Now, I encourage you guys to check out that match. It was really, really good. This is the highlight of the goddamn show because it is all downhill from here. We go from that to Jackie saying, and now please welcome my guest, The Miz. And then The Miz, who's about 5 feet over there, just comes in. Oh, hi, Miz. Good to see you. He was literally right over there. You knew he was there. You have the memory of a goldfish, apparently, because how in the world did you not know that he was right there? And I'm sure Jackie actually is smart. They just make her seem like an idiot on camera. But honestly, don't make your interviewers seem foolish. He was right over there. How do you not remember that he was right fucking there? Miz then mentions something about not getting respect. Nia shows up and says everybody's given her their best shot, and she hasn't gone down, and she hasn't given her best shot. The only shot that Nia Jax deserves is one that Chris Adams got, hopefully with the same result. So, Pierce is back on the phone, and then Rhea interrupts. And Pierce says, you're going to face off against all of them in a fatal 5-way. And Rhea says, I'm going to have to eradicate them all in Riyadh, where the Crown Prince would gladly eradicate women for being women. The government. I'm not talking about the citizens. I'm talking about the government. So, then Jinder Sher shows up because we're approaching Crown Jewel and they have to do something with them, I guess. So, we have comedy with the New Day, Alphas, and Tozawa. I want everybody who wrote this to be fired. Fire all the writers. Just fire them. Just fire all the writers and say, go back to Hollywood. And hire people that actually know something about wrestling and don't do bullshit like this. This is one of the worst segments that WWE has put on their television. Outside of the pandemic, is one of the worst things they put on in a while. This is worse than the Uzi hot stuff. So, Judgment Day make their entrance at 7:30. Gunther says to Vinci and Kaiser, you need to take out Gargano. Jay and Cody make their entrances. By the time from Judgment Day's entrances, start of this match, 16 minutes. Tag title match, and I didn't care. I didn't care because I didn't care at Fastlane. I don't care now. They took it seriously. I'll give it that much credit, but I knew they were going to do shenanigans, and they did. Sammy then showed up. Everybody showed up. Popcorn vendors and Judgment Day t-shirts showed up. And then South of the Razor's Edge thing, wherever the hell that goddamn thing is. The South of Heaven's a chokeslam. Cody crashes through a table, and then Jim Uso kicks Jay, and then Jay gets pinned. Okay, tag division's dead. Even though DIY apparently is in line to beat Judgment Day for the tag titles, like I said, the tag division is dead. WWE is beating the passion out of me once again. Here Comes Bronson and Gunther was great, and now this. If I don't review Raw next week, you can thank this episode. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.